window is finally slammed shut, and Tottenham Hotspur have signed 3 players in the January window. I can't remember the last time we signed 3 players in a winter transfer January window. I can't remember the last time when. Have Spurs shown ambition? Have Spurs and Levy backed Ange Postecoglou? Was this a good window? Are the players that we brought in good enough to elevate our squad or our first team? Let me just get into this video today, and I will tell you everything that I think about what we've done in this transfer window and what I rate it. So, first of all, let's go through the players that we signed. And Kingsley was the first person to come in the door early on. So we thought, well, maybe we're going to be signing all our players early. Well, Kingsley came in for 12.5 mil. Nobody really heard of him. I didn't really hear of him. I didn't know much about him. But since we've seen him playing, brilliant profile for us. Very good on the ball. Very good long balls. He's good shot stopper. He's good at stopping crosses coming in. Good from set plays. Handling was strong. He's only 21 years old, so he's got a lot of potential as well. I still think Vicario may be number 1 for now, but it's the first time in a long time I think we've had 2 goalkeepers pushing each other for a first team place. And that's really good to have. And with Brandon Austin also putting in good performances, we have potentially 3 decent goalkeepers to take us into the second half of the season, which for me, still playing in 4 competitions, fingers crossed, we need this rotation, and it's really good to have Kingsley on board. So for me, Kingsley was a very good signing. Now moving on to Kevin Danso, we signed him initially on loan with an obligation to buy, and you know, he's got all the attributes of being a top defender for us. He's quick, which means playing in this high line system of Ange Postecoglou is going to benefit us a lot, especially if he's got Van der Ven next to him and Spence next to Van der Ven. Look at the pace, or your doggy. Look at the pace we have at the back now. And so he's strong. He's not bad on the ball. His biggest strengths are probably, obviously, his speed and in the air. He's very dominant in the boxes, and both boxes. He can score goals and he can defend his box very, very well. He's a front-footed defender, someone that will get in there before you even have a chance to turn. He's a bit like Romero in that aspect. He's a bit of an old school, old-fashioned defender. You just get in there, strong tackles, let the striker know that you're there. For me, he has the potential to be a very, very good defender. And so many scout reports and so many people talking about him have all said, people that have watched him play a lot more than I have said he's a very, very good player. And one massive thing as well is he's got a lot to prove. There was this debacle about he was meant to go to Roma, and Roma took him to a medical and said that he had heart problems, so we're not signing him. Then he spent the next 8 months proving them wrong, which he did do in the end. He got the best of the best in, proved there was no problem with his heart. It was just that Roma didn't want to sign him. That really affected his career for a little while, because teams were afraid to sign him up, thinking that he's got a problem with his heart, so they just didn't want to take him on. He had so many medicals at so many different other places with no problem, so he's thinking, what's going on here? So now he's got so much to prove, and he's going to play at the highest level in the biggest league. So yeah, all in all, he will be a good signing, but only time will tell. So then we ended up signing Matthias Tell. Now, for me, this is a very, very exciting young forward. He's got everything you need from, he plays normally a number 9, but he can play on the left as well. And that versatility is going to be very important for us going forward. He's strong. If you've ever seen any compilations of, I can never say that word, of him scoring goals, he can bang them in from anywhere. 25 yards out, 30 yards out. You know, he's good with his head. He's very skillful, very strong, very well built for a 19-year-old. He's got so much potential to be even better. And Spurs originally signed him on loan with no option to buy, which was very confusing with me, because if he ended up playing really well, we'd have no option. But then in the end, Spurs got an option to buy for 55 million euros. And if my maths is okay, then I think that's 45 million pounds, I think, or a little bit higher than that. If he hits the ground running, scores lots of goals and wreaks havoc in the Premier League, then that will be a bargain. If he doesn't do very well, then we can always send him back to Bayern, where, you know, has his boyhood club anyway. So all in all, you know, we've got some exciting signings. Kinksky, Danso, and Tell, all exciting signings. And they could elevate our first team, not just our squad. And to have them to rotate in is we needed bodies, and we got bodies in. I'm a little bit disappointed we didn't get left back, but in a way I'm not, because Spence is playing there so well now. And I think because Danson's right-sided centre back and he's quick, he can fill in at right back now, which again leaves another positive where Archie Gray can now start filling in midfield, which means we'll have more bodies in midfield too. With players coming back like Odebear, Johnson, Werner, which I'm not too bothered about. Solanke will be back soon. Vicario is back soon. Romero's back soon. Van der Ven's just got back, but there may be some news that he's not 100% at the moment. So I'll bring you another video on that if I hear any more. It might just be rumours. It might just be tactics from Ange to not tell Liverpool what's going on. So we've got, our squad looks a lot fuller. Let's hope and pray that we don't get any more injuries. Dragushin's obviously out for the rest of the season now. So our centre-back options are Ben Davis, Danso, Romero and Van der Ven. In the next couple of weeks, it will be them four. Let's hopefully they can stay fit. We'll have more options going forward. Once Solanke comes back, we'll have Solanke, Tell, Sonny, Odebear. It's looking pretty exciting at the moment. So all in all, I think it was a good window. A good window for January. Did we show ambition? Well, there was reports saying that Spurs tried to sign Mark Guehi from Crystal Palace for £70 million, which for me, Spurs have never, ever tried to spend £70 million in a transfer window. And they did it on the last day. If they really wanted this guy, they could have just done this early on in the window, give Palace a chance to replace him, but they didn't. So for me, was that just a PR stunt to say, we'll give them 70. We know they won't take it, but we'll make it look like we was really showing ambition. For me, I think it was fake. I don't think that they were serious. If they were serious and Palace said no to 70 mil, they would have just gone 80 mil and said, go on and take that. So I don't know. It's hard to believe Spurs tried to spend that much on Mark Guehi, but it also worries me that if they're trying to splash out that much on him, what's going on with Van der Ven then? So, because Mark Guehi normally plays left-sided centre-back. So, worrying times for Van der Ven. But all in all, the window for me, I'm not going to mark it out of 10 because we don't know how Tell's going to settle in the squad. We don't know how Danso's going to settle in yet. We know Kingsky's settled in. With the just fulfilling the bodies in and just fulfilling positions we needed. Like we needed a forward player, we needed a centre back, and we needed a goalkeeper. Just for that, it's 6 out of 10. Just because we did it so late, we lost 4 games in January in the league. If we got these bodies in a bit earlier, maybe we would have got a bit more points. Maybe they've given up on the league. Maybe they're concentrating on the cups. I think Danso and Tell are going to be available for Thursday as long as all the paperwork goes through for Tell. They both will be available, which is a good plus for us. And hopefully Van der Ven's fit for that too. So we could have Danso and Van der Ven at centre back and Spence at left back. So there's so much pace to deal with the Liverpool front three. So all in all, I'm happy. I'm still Levy out. Don't get me wrong. Levy out all the way. We spent 12.5 million, if you think about it, in this window. So it's not really showing the ambition that we wanted from us. But hopefully we splash that sort of cash in the summer, which I doubt. But yeah, all in all, happy with the signings. And let me know in the comments what you think of the signings. Do you think we needed more? Did you